All right. Well, I am doing a random live. Let's see if anybody decides to join. Do, 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 do. You gotta love random lives here. Hello. I love doing these randomly. Excuse the way I look. Today, I decided that I am not doing any makeup. I decided, you know what? I'm going to be myself today. Hey guys, happy Monday. How's everyone doing? How was your 4th of July? I hope it was amazing. Mm. Can you hear me okay? I want to make sure my mic is not doing something evil and strange. Perfect. I'm so glad you guys can hear me. I I need to find a comfortable position. It's one of those Mondays, especially after a long weekend. It's always a little bit challenging to get back into it. Hey guys. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Kirieli. I've heard about the hurricane. I was actually looking at the path it's going to take so that my guys don't end up in its path. But yeah, how are you guys doing? How was your 4th of July weekend? Did you get to rest or were you working? I ended up going for the first time for a weekend away with my family, which was fantastic. And for those of you who know, you know, we went towards the Palm Springs area. And there is this amazing store called Hadley's. If you know it, you know it. They sell the best fruits, nuts, and everything. And on the way back, I was planning to get something, but it was completely everything. The reservation was shut down. Everything was shut down. Something happened there, and they wouldn't let us know what happened. So that was a bummer. So that was my 4th of July weekend. Oh, you're stuck in the hurricane and receiver won't. Oh my gosh. How bad is it? I mean, I've heard it's pretty gnarly. You ran all weekend? Yeah. One of my guys was on home time for the weekend. And then the rest of the trucks were booked, but there was one truck that, my goodness, we had to get load on Friday, which ended up being a great rate per mile, but a disaster for the weekend. It was just like honestly, it was a 1 day load that had to be delivered today. I'm really bad, I have to say. I'm extremely bad with booking loads when there are holidays. For some reason, there's always at least one truck that is not covered I mean, in an appropriate way. Working, never stop. Yeah. Excuse me. I have something in my throat, therefore I'm drinking lemon water. For the first time in my life, I'm drinking water instead of Diet Coke or coffee. Found a load. 440 miles, 1,350. Yeah, not bad at all. I have a truck that needs to go out tomorrow from the New Jersey. It's actually next to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I was trying to pre-book loads and I kind of gave up because all the brokers stopped working at this point. So yeah, and it's weird. I found a load that I really liked. But I wanted them to raise the price. It was booked right away. It almost blew me away. Oh my goodness. 2 million out of electricity in Houston. Yikes. Yeah, it's a mess. It's going towards the East Coast, right? So it's going from Houston and making its way towards the east, as far as I know, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my goodness. I was trying to figure out whether I should just do a video or go live. I decided to go live because not much to share that's new. Yeah, Pennsylvania is definitely not a good place, especially for flatbeds. And lately meaning like the last month and a half, what I have realized is the East Coast has a lot of those long loads, but they're all partialed out. They don't have like full truckloads, or very rarely do they have full truckloads for flatbeds going from east to west. Everyone try carnivore diet for truckers, the best way to lose weight. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to, I agree with you, but that's because I have been keto for over a year now. And that's very similar to, it's very high in protein, although it's high in fat as well, and very, very low in any carbs. Definitely, it sounds so backwards, but it works and you feel better. Texas power infrastructure is so ridiculously bad. I think California has Texas beat in that department. Let's be real. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, I read today that diesel is up for a fourth straight week and it's at the highest price since early May. So we have that as well. If I lose any more. Yeah, I'm against like weight loss should be for health reasons, in my opinion. And it's not so much about weight, it's about how you feel and what is happening within your body. I think just health in general is important. In terms of weight, and looks and everything, it's so surface level. Health is important. I work for the Landstar, and the East Coast is one of my favorite areas. We got lots of customers, especially in Pennsylvania, who pay decent. Yeah. Landstar also has a lot of loads out of the East Coast. Um, but yeah, when you work off the spot market, the East Coast, at least for flatbeds, is horrific. It's really bad right now. I'm looking. First of all, there are a lot of Conestoga loads, and second of all, the loads that pay decent are super short, and they're not even $1,000 a day. So that is just not working for me. um, yeah, I'm just gonna wait it out like I always do. Partials on a step deck is where the money is. Just like, yeah, I have never, I mean, we don't do step deck, we do flatbed, but I have never been able to um do partials. Not yet. It never works out for some reason. And I'm always a little bit concerned that, okay, there's nothing there. I'll grab a partial and hope that there is a partial, another partial to make up for the rate. And then I get scared. What if there isn't? Nice. Killer partial rate. Yeah, I need to learn that side of the trade. Ocala. Is it Ocala? Ocala is pouring. Yeah. Did you ever try Keen Transport Brokerage? No, I'm not familiar with them. They don't even sound familiar. I don't think I've ever seen them on the load board. One of my favorite brokers as of late, and obviously some of you will disagree with me, but one of my favorites is BMAC. I really, really like BMAC. I love TA services lately. Um, who else? I've made a I've made a, what is it called? I've started building a relationship with two direct shippers, but again, it's very hard to build a lasting relationship when you're not in the area very often. One is in Arizona and the other one is in Northern California. But yeah, TA services, Sureway Transportation, and BMAC. They're my favorites. Oh my God, I have a story to tell you guys. I have a story to tell you guys about the harassment that I had to deal with from a broker, but that's going to be for a video. It was insane. And I think I'm going to report him and I'm going to report the brokerage to the FMCSA because what they were doing is, I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I haven't had to deal with horrific brokers in a long time, but this guy, he was either drunk off his butt or I don't know what happened, but he was, I mean, it got to the point of harassment. I have a good vibe that after creating this loyal driver followers, if you get a truck, a lot of us would love. I do have my own fleet of truck. We're not hiring at the moment. We are kind of trying to just stay in the same position for now because we don't know what the market is doing at the moment, even though it seems like seasonally it is picking up for some equipment types. We need to just not expand. We need to just stay where we are at the moment. But yeah, I've had several people that came onto our team from YouTube. What about a factoring company, Apex? So I'm guessing you're talking about Apex Capital. They are the ones who helped me get my authority when we were starting out in 2019, but I don't know anything about their factoring side. Always report brokers when they step out of bounds. Yeah, no, I mean, this guy, the only thing he did not say is, I want you to break all the speed limit laws. I want you to violate the logbook. I want you to do all these illegal things because I feel like the load should be there early. Yeah, it was bad. And I think I handled myself very professionally given the circumstances, but yeah, I'm going to be report. It got so bad that at one point I called the brokerage, and the lady actually, she freaked out. She freaked out one of the other brokers and she said, I'm going to give you a phone number within our brokerage in order for you to report him. It was that bad, but I'll make a video on that anyway. I worked for Keen, good for 4 months. After that, not so good. I'm considering buying a used truck from an individual who sold out. Been a driver, any suggestions? So you have been in the industry for 20 years, but now you're looking to get in as an owner operator. You have a new MC, I'm guessing. Best bet is to start with TQL because as far as I know, I mean, I haven't been a new authority in a while, but as far as I know, TQL still takes on new MCs, not for all loads, but they do for a lot of them. Someone said, I believe, Coyote. Is Coyote one of them? Although Coyote, be careful with, because Coyote is getting sold to RXO, and that should be finalized by the end of the year. So we don't know what is going to happen in this in-between phase with Coyote. Who else? Uber Freight, I don't know. And Uber Freight got very interesting. It's very hard to work with them if you don't have an email that is like your company name. Instead of at Gmail, it has to be at abctrucking.com. So I don't know if they used to work with new authorities, but that's going to be the biggest hurdle is finding brokers to work with a new MC if you have a new MC. That's the best strategy now, no expanding. 100%. It's um, very tempting to expand, but we decided to just stop for now. We need to get to a place where the market is a little bit more consistent and predictable, I suppose. Hi, Jack. Oh, I'm so glad you caught a live. Welcome. Snickers. Yeah, my dog, she's sleeping. She's not in the room right now. She's sleeping. She's such a good dog. Yeah, wait on Coyote right now. 100%. Just be careful because according to my insurance company, they're still rated A. Let me just double check. Not insurance company, my factoring company. Jeez. Good job, Miranda. So according to RTS, Coyote is, hold on, what is their MC? There's so many Coyotes out there. Coyote Express. Yeah, they're still rated A, but that is as of, um, actually doesn't say when it was the last time. They're still rated A, but I'd be careful because again, things get lost when such big changes are happening at the company. So, yeah. King of Freight will work with new MCs. Yeah, so King of Freight is, sometimes there are things that are, it's just like bad juju, I suppose. I'm sure a lot of you guys have that experience where, for no particular reason, there's that one broker where something goes wrong every time. For me, it's King of Freight. And King of Freight happens to be one of my acquaintances' favorite brokers. But for us, it just doesn't work. There's something that goes wrong every single time. I can't blame them for it. I can't blame us for it. It's just some bad juju there. Um, Anybody know if I can get extra pay for holding on to that load that was supposed to deliver it today? Couldn't because of hurricane. Thanks. So, yeah, you should be asking for layover. You should be asking for layover from the broker, and especially if the receiver was closed. And in the rate con, the delivery was set for today, but then the receiver was closed because of the hurricane. Yeah, you need to ask for layover. Oh, there we go, Carlos. You said it. Um, yes, I am married. Hi, I'm from Turkey. Do you think that it's possible to hire a foreign truck driver with some visa programs in the future? Yeah, there are certain visas that allow, um, there are certain visas. I don't know what they are. Unfortunately, immigration, it's something that I know about a little bit, but it's definitely not my strong suit. Yeah, but yeah. What's Oh, guys, maybe you guys can help Colby. If anyone is in Reno, Nevada, what is the best insurance company there? Got it. So you are in UMC. Yeah, TQL will be a good place to start. And one thing about TQL, even though they have earned quite a crappy reputation, one thing about TQL is that they always, in my experience of working with them for 5 years, they have never been a single day late in terms of payment. Yeah. The first 90 to 180 days will be tough with a brand new authority. Something you should be doing, TQL, just remember the big brokers like TQL and I believe JB Hunt and Coyote, those cannot be used as references. If you manage to grab loads with smaller brokers, make a reference list that you can then send to brokers who might need, I don't know, maybe you're like on day 80 of your authority and they're asking for 90 days. You can send those references, they'll give the load to you. We did that in the beginning. I mean, 2019 was a very different time, but in the beginning, those references really helped us because there were certain market areas where brokers could not find capacity, and they kind of tried to avoid us because we were very new, and those references is what pushed them to take a chance on us. One of them, my God, what was that broker? HC what is it? Schmelding? Are they around? Do you guys know which one I'm talking about? That was one of the brokers that took a chance on us. Hi, Matthew. Adrian, you also had a bad experience with King of Freight? Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's, again, it cannot be explained by any reason in our case. It's just bad juju. There's something that doesn't work with us when it comes to King of Freight, even though they sometimes do pay pretty well. You're going to be running out of the Bay Area. Are you going CNG Conestoga? Am I understanding that correctly? Oh, good. You got layover. That's good. Yeah, it's very hard to get that layover and detention pay from um, brokers. What was the issue with King of Freight? I can't explain it. It's just something goes wrong every single time. It's never a smooth process. It's never a smooth process. Like the latest one, I actually booked 2 loads through King of Freight because I had 2 guys in the same area. So 2 loads through King of Freight, and everything is picked up okay. Bill of lading matches the amount of product. Everything is delivered okay, clean bills. And I get the call from King of Freight. Oh, your both of your guys, they should have picked up this much product, but they actually didn't pick up this much product, yet the product all matches the bill of lading. It's always something. It's always something. And this was not a situation where the rate confirmations had like, this is how many bundles of steel or this is how many pieces there need. No, the weirdest thing. Um, I've been told that it would be very difficult to make it financially with one truck with me as the driver. What are your thoughts? So I think there is a way to definitely make it work. Again, you have a new MC, which makes the income part a little bit more challenging. But in general, especially if you manage to have either no equipment payments or very, very small ones, if you manage to get good insurance, yeah, there is a way. There is a way. But again, challenge will be the income side because of the brokers. You didn't tell us your star sign on your last live. I don't want to say it because right away people will start trying to put me in the box of what that star sign represents. You know what I mean? I'd rather people have their own ideas of what my star sign is. I don't like being put in a box. Mm-hmm. I agree with Jack. It's easier with one truck, one driver. You control everything. You control your expenses, everything. Yeah, for sure. Um, Let me put this here. Where was I? Uh, 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 uh. Carlos, it's fun participating in your live chat. Been learning a lot from your videos. Oh, I'm so glad. Stay safe. Um, what's the latest update regarding the pending bill restricting trucks to 68 miles per hour? Interesting. I saw something, but what I saw, was it this one? Was it the speed limiter rule? Because if so, it was delayed. It's not expected until May 2025, the ruling. Uh, let's see. Yeah, BTC trucker. Yeah, see, like it's again, it's a juju thing. J and R. No, it was HC Schmild. Wait, I don't know how to pronounce it. HC. Yeah. So it's HC. How do you pronounce this? Schmiding produce? Because we started with a reefer. So they are the guys who took a chance on us. Yeah, see, it's crazy. I just refused to load going to Dansville, Virginia, 150 per mile. Yeah, and you know what I'm starting to notice? I actually had a conversation about this with my business partner yesterday. We used to depend, I mean, we did an experiment in June, which was an absolute disaster, and it's completely my fault because it was my experiment. That we're going to stay only in the West Coast and we're going to run short loads to see if the rate per mile matters that much more than the rate per day. The rate per mile was insane, obviously, but then it started going to crap. It started going to crap, and I'm realizing like California, today I had to book a load in California. And the short runs, they pay $1.80 something. It's crazy. Those should be paying $5, $6. Mm-hmm. Ah, that's an excellent question, Colby. Is it best to pay drivers by mile or percentage of the load? So I'm going to give you a completely transparent answer. If you care about being profitable more than you care about your guys and gals making money, then percentage of gross, because that will shield you from the market a little bit. If you are doing bad, if you book a bad load, they're also getting less. Now, if you want to try and retain, like create a culture and retain these guys and gals that you hire, you want to keep them happy, basically, cents per mile, because they're shielded from the market. We have been doing cents per mile from the moment we started hiring, and it's going to sound bad, but last year it nearly destroyed us. It nearly destroyed us because the market started turning really, really bad. And it's like we were making a loss and our drivers were making a huge amount. And these were excellent drivers. It's not like they didn't deserve it, but we were about to go out of business. So, yeah, cents per mile, you're taking care of the driver primarily. Percentage of gross, it's kind of evens the playing field a little bit. But then there is the whole thing of when you send them the rate confirmation, there's a lot of distrust in terms of, whether you send them the actual rate or not. We tried percentage of gross with one of our guys. He did not like it at all. But one of the ways we were ready to prove that we are not lying about the rate is to show him the factoring receipts. So right now we're actually not doing cents per mile. We're doing a fixed rate per day. This is how we're doing it now. Because we paid not just cents per mile, but we paid by odometer readings as well. So each mile was counted based on the Keep Trucking odometer readings. And that was fantastic in the beginning of 2022, in January, when we just started hiring. Not so fantastic now, when it literally can put you out of business. Anyway, I went off on a tangent. Mm, my eyes are burning. I think I've been at the computer for too long. Um, anyway, did King Afraid make a claim on your insurance? No, thank goodness, no. We've had in this past year, we've had several fears of getting a claim. I mean, there were several, what are they called? Threats of a claim, but thank God, knock on wood, it was okay. Customers went home early Wednesday, did not open Thursday and Friday. Yeah. Holiday weekends are always, especially when it's a long weekend, it's really difficult. It's frustrating. Sounds like King Afraid is struggling financially with the nitpicking. Yeah, I mean, they are still, I believe they're also rated A via RTS, and they're pretty good about making payments on time. But every time we have hauled a load with them, there was always some kind of issue. What languages do you speak? Well, English is my first language. I do speak Russian, very broken Russian. I'm Ukrainian. I do not speak Ukrainian. And I speak very, very broken little bit of French. I can read French perfectly, but my speaking skills leave much to be desired. um, Alexa, how do you find a good representative, sorry, in CH Robinson that actually cares and has loads, but also speaks English? Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm going to step away from your question just for a minute. I had the funniest conversation about a week ago where I called this guy on a load and hey, wanted more information about this to this place. And he stopped me. He is like, first of all, thank you for your English. I'm like, seriously? He's like, you can't imagine what kind of characters there are. It was really funny. Even though I clearly have also an accent, but it was hilarious. Um, anyway, yes, but also speaks English. We're a local truck company. I have never worked with CH Robinson. Also, um, it's a good idea to read about what's going on with CH Robinson because, as far as I know, they have been knocked down in terms of their grade. Their what is it called? Look into CH Robinson. They're struggling a little bit. Yeah. No, brokers, they do crazy things sometimes. Lately, I'll be quite frank, lately I haven't had many bad experiences with brokers, except for that one who harassed me, and I'm not gonna let it go. But other than that, they have been pretty decent. Um, last week went into negative because didn't run the calculations correct. This industry, it's very hard to plan. I think that's the thing that gets to me the most. It's very hard to plan because you can plan for which market you're going to end up in and it's going to change. It changes within a second. You can plan out your expenses and then all of a sudden something breaks or a tire goes flat. And the only place you can change it is Love's and they only have new tires. What not? There's always something. It's very hard. It's not predictable. It has never been predictable, but it's even more difficult when you can't predict what your income is going to be. which was possible before. It's just not as possible now, relatively speaking. Um, Спасибо, Ahi. Ahi? I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Thank you very much. Uh, without knowing the interest rate situation and yeah, how can anyone make a business decision to invest in a truck? Yeah, that's a good question because the interest rates, they trickle down to every single part of this industry. I don't know, my business partner was actually, when he was getting unloaded today, he got to chatting with another guy who's an owner operator with his own truck. And he said, this is the time for opportunity in the sense that you can buy cheap right now. But he has been in this industry for 25 years. And he said, this is the worst he has ever seen it. Yeah. Here's a question for you. When must a broker pay attention? For example, if booking a load on Monday for Friday pick and Friday morning, broker cancels the load before the truck arrives at the shipper. That is an excellent question. So you can try to charge the broker anything you feel is, a good representation of your time and lost time. However, most brokers, there is like an agreement that Tonu, it's truck ordered not used, is $150. This is kind of the industry standard. In terms of detention, industry standard is after 2 or 3 hours, $15 to $20 per hour, at least from what I remember with reefers. The thing is, detention, layover, and Tonu, these are things that if you're lucky to get a broker who's actually decent and is going to pay you that is amazing. But a lot of brokers, they promise you and they will never pay it. And it's pretty much impossible to file a claim against their bond for that. How do you know you're ready for another truck? In what sense? To expand your fleet and add another person to your team or to switch out your existing truck for something newer? I can't be your girlfriend. I'm married very happily. So I lately I have been, you know what, you guys, I mean, these kind of comments, they don't bother me, but lately I've been struggling quite a bit. Not the last video, but the market update that I uploaded, I had to block 3 people in the first 2 minutes. It was the most annoying thing ever because of the things people like. There's one thing that I do not accept is OnlyFans and apparently now Pornhub. So yeah, it's just terrible. Not that I'm saying shoot, I'm not saying you're one of those people. But yeah. Sorry, give me. Sorry, guys. I don't know if you heard that, didn't hear that. My little munchkin. Um, let's see. In one video, you said that you aim to make $1,000 per day, and usually you succeed. Is that per truck? Is that the total revenue or take home? No, we aim to make $1,000 gross per truck per day. So actually, what our averages are, last month was horrible. We averaged $1,069 per day. The month before, and I'm talking about one of our trucks, it was $1,400 per day. But yeah, we try to average at least $1,000 per day gross per truck, and also over like $2.30, 40 cents per mile with deadhead. No, epic fail. Absolutely not. This is not what this channel is about. I'm not even going to block you, but no, man. Absolutely not. Okay, that is true. The way I sit in a very weird way, and I actually already have back problems, not spine problem. Well, maybe spine problems. I can't. I can't sit any other way. I have to I cannot sit straight like a normal person. I never have been able to. I'm also one of those people that prefer sleeping on the hard ground rather than a bed. I'm a weird person in that sense. But yes, the fact that my back is like this sometimes is 100%. Um, let's see. Okay, I'm going to answer a couple more questions and then I'm going to bounce because life. um, and I happen to have two munchkins at home that are insisting on cupcakes. uh, let's see. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with my thing? Where was it? Yeah, Wet Willy. If nice name. If we're truly doing business, why aren't we sending broker packets to sign up with us? So the way it is looked at is that we are not the broker. I mean, yeah, we're not the broker's customer. The broker is our customer, and the shipper is the broker's customer. And that's why this is the way it's looked at in this industry. Whether it's right or wrong, that is up for debate, of course, but that's how it's looked at. Scott, yes, it is. Um, Becker Logistics. It sounds very familiar. Let me check. I believe I have, but not in a very, very long time. But yeah, we have. We actually worked with them in 2020 and once in 2023. What did we haul for them? It was a reefer load, 100%. Yep, reefer butter. I don't remember. I mean, they paid okay, 3,000, not great, $3,300 for 1,329 miles. Um, I don't remember. We've worked with them only twice, once in 2020 and once in 2023. Um, oh, thank you, Optimus. Optimus Prime. I like Bumblebee from that movie. He's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm always happy to try and help when I can. Oh no, AJ Franklin, welcome back. Yeah, unfortunately or fortunately, I have, apart from YouTube, which is the best hobby ever, it is a hobby, but I really enjoy doing it because I learn a lot from you guys. And despite my work, I also have two munchkins who are really wanting some cupcakes that I promised them. So can't let those munchkins down. Um, you have flatbeds, I know. Scott. Yeah, we have flatbeds, but we don't do local runs. I'm sure there are a ton of ways. Last question, Biden or Trump better for trucking in your opinion? I am not going to answer that because I am a strong believer that this channel, the beauty of this channel what you guys have made it is that it's a perfect place to get information and opinions from other professionals about an industry that we're all in. The moment you guys can be political all you want. I'm never going to block, comment, no matter which side you're on. Go for it. The moment I become political and I start sharing my opinions is the moment there's going to be it's going to be a mess. Let's keep this channel about trucking, and I will be the neutral party that doesn't talk politics. I think it's safer for everybody. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Christopher. I really appreciate it. That's very, very kind of you. I very much appreciate it. And you guys know you don't have to do that, but I do very much appreciate. Um, okay, I'm going to unfortunately, Gilberto, you just joined, but I'm about to leave, but I will do a let's go for you. So, wait, there you are. Ready? Let's go. Oh my God. Wait, that was really bad. Again. Right. Wait. I don't know what my voice just did that. Ready? Let's go. Okay. Clearly I'm very, very tired today. Anyway, okay, one more question. What would you say if someone wanted to start dispatching for truck drivers at 7% handling all office work? I'm sorry, AJ, I'm not laughing at the fact at your question, but my voice did something crazy there. 7%, I have seen dispatchers offer from 3 to, I believe, 5%. This is what I see a lot of the time. But with handling all office work, it seems like a pretty fair amount, I would say. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today and chatting with me. It was really fun. And I got a really good laugh out of it, especially towards the end. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video soon. All right. Bye, guys.